Gastlecast! I'm Chris.
I'm Heather.
On this episode, we're going to talk about those Funko Pops we've purchased that we love so much that don't fit into our larger overall collections. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post new content, and you're not going to want to miss that.
So, Chris, there are two different types of collectors. There's the Chris's, who normally have just one or two big collections, or there's collectors like me, who has a bunch of small collections. I have Mean Girls, I have Bob's Burgers, I have horror, I have Walking Dead, I have a little bit of Disney here and there. Random stuff.
You have Mean Girls?
Yeah. Even though I have a bunch of collections, I still have random Funko Pops that don't necessarily fit them. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we'll go out and buy things that we would not normally buy.
Yeah.
And it isn't usually because of just hype. It's just something that we caught our eye, something that we think is really cool.
Yeah.
And we actually hand-selected a few out of our collection. They're just kind of here, there, and everywhere. We kind of had to dig these out in order to make this video.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we get started? You have 3, and I think I chose 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I chose 5. So let's get started and take a look at... Let's take a look at yours first.
I absolutely love the 3 of these, all for different reasons. I
Okay.
have the Maleficent Dragon, I have Dr. Finklestein from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I have Michael Jackson.
These 3 are so far different from one another, it's not even funny. Although 2 of these characters are related to Disney.
They are, but I don't necessarily keep them in the same area, I guess.
Right.
Disney is one of my smallest collections. I have maybe at the tops 10 Disney Pops when there have to be hundreds.
Right, yeah.
But I don't really... I feel like Nightmare Before Christmas is its own thing. I had to have the Glow-in-the-Dark Zero.
Yes.
And I had to have the Sugar Skull Jack. Just because they stood out. So that's one of my smaller collections that I don't have to have every piece
It's
of.
not even a collection, right? I mean, it's just you have 3 of a collection. This guy's awesome. He has the brain there where you can like lift it and open it. I remember when this released, I thought that this, when I saw a photo of it, I figured it was going to be some sort of con exclusive because it's like special and kind of different. But it was actually a common.
Yeah.
That's a really neat pop. It's Doctor Who?
Dr. Finklestein.
Finklestein, okay.
Yeah, and I remember him opening his head up very often in the movie and like scratching his brain. And it was just creepy
why
and
this
weird.
one? Why'd you want this?
Because you can open him to see his brain.
So I guess I'm pinpointing here why you have the 3 of these and why they are not a part of the collection. So you bought this one because he has a little brain that comes out.
Yeah, I think he's great.
Okay, so you think he's cool. It's not that he's specifically this character. It's just because you love this.
Yeah, well, and the fact that he's a villain. I love villains.
Okay, you love the villains.
Yeah, and here's my next villain. It's Maleficent as the dragon.
Yeah.
I saw that she came in the, was it Disney Treasures box?
Yeah, Disney Treasures box.
And I, for whatever reason, didn't get it. Like, as soon as you couldn't get it anymore, I was like, man, I really wish I had that box.
Full of regrets.
Yeah, it was stupid. So I went out and I tracked down someone who had a Maleficent, and the box was like a little bit scuffed up. I didn't care so much because this is more of an out-of-box piece.
It is an out-of-box pop.
Yeah.
And this is one that I would love to see in the 10-inch form. There are a lot of these pops that they make 10-inch, and you wonder why. This is one that would be perfect in a 10-inch form.
Absolutely.
One that would be perfect in a glow-in-the-dark form.
Yes.
And one that would be cool, and I'm saying it, and people are going to hate me for saying this because we've talked about how much we've hated them, but this will be a really cool one in the Diamond series. We didn't go over this one. We're going to do a 360 of him, and he has that opening head, which is really neat. Makes him top-heavy, so you can't really set him up with his head open. I guess, well... just maybe he does.
He proved you wrong.
Hey, he proved me wrong.
He has a little kickstand.
He does have a little kickstand on the back, but it's like you have to get it just right in order to get him to stand. There we go. Boom! I got him. So he does stand up if you play around with him long enough. What's the significance of this?
Well, my sister gifted him to me for Christmas last year.
Okay.
He is so simple, but you know exactly who he is.
Oh yeah, it's easy to tell who he is from
Absolutely.
across the room. Yeah.
Which is crazy because of the simplicity.
I think you picked 3 really cool pops here. Now, the ones that I've chosen, I have a reason for all of them. Heather, are you ready to see my selections?
Sure!
Boom! There they are, right there. Look at them all.
Wow.
I selected so many.
You did.
You said select 3 and I selected 5.
Yeah, you're an overachiever, but not in the good way. You're like a know-it-all show-off.
Pretty much. I hear that a lot. So here are my 5 Funko Pops. I have a large one back here. We'll get to him in a moment. These guys here are great. So let's start off with Marty McFly. Marty McFly was one that I wanted. It was interesting. We had ordered mystery boxes, and this was one of the top grabs from the mystery box, and I just happened to get it. And I was really excited because this is a pop that I had always wanted, but he was always up there in price and value. I didn't want to spend that kind of money. But winning him in a mystery box, which I believe is my only good win ever. This might be my top win of all time. I might have won like one other time. But I just love Back to the Future films. I love the Funko Pops. I'm not crazy about going out and collecting all of them, like the Doc Browns and everything. But this one with the hoverboard, Part 2 is my favorite film. So I just wanted this one in my collection somewhere.
Yeah, he's wonderful. I really love the fact that he's floating above the ground with the hoverboard.
Yes, yeah. With the stand, the clear stand.
That is the best part of this pop.
This is the Energizer Bunny, and he is from the Funko Shop. This is the flocked one. Typically do not like flock pops. I think they're okay. I'm not out to get them, and they're not like on the top of my list. I love glow, but this is pretty neat.
I am not a big fan of flocking because 9 out of 10 times it's not done very well, in my opinion.
Right.
This is done flawlessly.
They got everything, the drum, and he looks like he's in motion and beating the drum. And then they also put a little battery on the side there, which is kind of cool, the little cotton tail. No real significance on why I purchased this. I just thought he looked great. I love the sculpt, and I thought it would be better than buying the regular one just to have him flocked from Funko Shop. I thought it would just be cool to have the special variation of this character. The next one on my list is Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, you're probably asking yourself, and this guy doesn't stand up very well, by the way, why Sonic the Hedgehog? I am not a huge Sonic fan. But the reason why I wanted this Sonic the Hedgehog is because he glows in the dark. This is the one from Toys R Us. His glow is awesome. He looks like a real-life cartoon character when he's glowing. And I just think he looks so great. A buddy of ours had one, brought it over. We were glowing a bunch of Funko Pops in the dark because that's what we do here. It's not weird. The next one is this Jolly Roger Funko Pop. He is from the Disney parks. Disney Park exclusive. He is one of my faves. And one of the reasons, Heather bought it for me. Another reason is because the Pirates ride is one of my favorite Disney park rides. And number 3, he fits perfectly in our Skull collection.
Yes.
I love Disney park exclusives, but this is definitely my favorite of all the exclusives that they've dropped.
Yeah, I love everything about him. I love his pirate hat. I love his sword. I love his little bandana.
Yeah, he's cool.
And I love that his jacket is sort of weathered and piratey. You know what's really weird about this video?
What's that?
Is we're talking about all these Funko Pops that we have that don't fit our collection, but it seems to me, judging by the pops that we're showing, is we have a pretty big Disney collection.
Yeah, we do.
All of the pops we're showing are Disney.
Yeah, pretty much.
We got the dragon.
Yeah.
We got Dr. Finklestein, and we got Jolly Roger.
We got this guy, yeah. Yeah, we do have a lot more Disney than I've remembered, to be honest with you, after we started talking about it a little bit. The last one that I have here is this T-Rex from Jurassic Park. We'll move this out of the way. This T-Rex from Jurassic Park is awesome. I do not collect Jurassic Park Funko Pops. At one point in time, I was going to start collecting them because they really did put together a nice collection for Jurassic Park. But I decided against it. But when I saw this guy at Target when it dropped as a 10-inch, I had to have it.
Oh, he's awesome. My favorite part about him is you can fit a normal size Funko Pop in his mouth.
Yeah.
He might fall out. I need one with a smaller head or something. But I bet you I could do it.
Now it looks like he's being eaten by the T-Rex.
I love that they made him in 10 inches because he is a T-Rex and he deserves to be huge.
Yeah, he's perfect size for a T-Rex. Why they made a smaller one still kind of baffles me, because this 10-inch T-Rex is perfect. I love that you can fit a Funko Pop in there, so I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
These are definitely cool Funko Pops. Now, they don't fit in our collection, but they're really neat. Guys, what do you think about all these cool Funko Pops that we showed you? What do you think about Heather's 3 and my 5? Which one is your favorite? Do you have any of these? We would love to know all that and more in the comment section down below. Remember, as always, we are together, yes! We'll catch you next time!
Bye!